All right. Hi, everybody. It's Emily with UB.U, and we are here for our second lesson in our The Weekly Pause for Classroom series. And I'm so excited to see everybody again. We're going to do just a quick recap from last week. Does anyone remember what we did last week? Show me with your hands if you can remember what we did last week. It had something to do with this. Do you remember? All right, I see some hands up. Okay, that's right. We're going to do a check-in, and we're going to do the check-in every time we see each other each week before class. I want to make sure that you guys are really starting to understand the check-in and to use it regularly. So you can use this anytime. You don't have to have me prompting you or anyone else prompting you. It's just to notice how you're doing. So you guys start to get really comfortable with noticing how you're feeling in any given moment, and then you know what to do with that. If you're okay, you're good to go, great. If you need a pause, that's okay. And if you need to stop and you need some help, that's okay too. It's just to notice how you're feeling. Everything you're feeling is okay. One of my friends used to say, nobody ever got a feeling wrong, which I really, really like. So let's take a quick moment to review. So this, a fist or a 0 or a 1, is I'm okay. I feel okay in this moment. I feel like I have everything I need to handle really anything that could come at me right now. And that may change at any time, but right now you're a 0 or you're a 1 and you feel good to go. If you're a 2 or a 3, that means that maybe you're feeling a little off. You're not sure what's going on. Maybe you don't even have the words to describe how you're really feeling right now, or maybe you do have the words to describe it and you're just not feeling like you're ready to go, and you're not feeling like you're a full stop. I'm in red. I need help. So 2 or 3 would be kind of a yellow, and that means that you're okay, but you don't know where things are going to go from here. So 4, 5 would be I am not feeling okay in this moment. I may need some help. I don't have the tools I need to handle anything that comes my way right now. So that would be a situation where we would want to maybe stop what we're doing and check in and see what we need. So let's do a quick check-in. And if you want to show me what your number is, that's great. And if you don't want to show me, that's okay too. You can do it in your head, or you can do it under your desk or your table, or whatever works best for you. So everybody show me where you are right now. So fist to 5. Are you here, 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 or here? All right, awesome. And again, if you don't want to show me, it's okay. So, all right. I'm seeing a little bit of everything out there. So that's great. I'm really glad you guys are really starting to notice. Okay, so today we're going to move on, but we're going to use a lot of what we learned last week and what you just reviewed to talk about our topic for this week, which is the pause. So pausing is a chance for us to take stock, to go back and notice how we're feeling inside, know what's happening outside of us. It's really kind of the thing that defines how we do the check-in. We have to pause first, and then we notice what's going on. So there's 3 steps to the pause. The first step is noticing. You have to notice that you need to pause, right? So maybe you're in a situation that you feel like you're getting some emotions that are coming up. Maybe they're really excited, or maybe you're a little scared, or maybe you're a little sad. Maybe you start to feel a little angry. So just noticing that you need to take a moment, and you can do this anytime. And then the second step is taking a deep breath. And this will play in later also, because we're gonna talk about stop as well, which is a great tool to use for the pause. So I'm going to teach you a breath right now that we're going to use once we get to the stop practice. And it's also the second step for pausing. And this is a tool that you can use anytime, anywhere, because you always have it with you. So I'm going to give you some instructions first. So before you do anything, listen to what I'm going to say, because I'm going to have you do something and you're not going to be able to hear me very well, which is part of the process. So you're going to take your hands, and again, don't do it yet, but you're going to put them over your ears. And it sounds really weird when I'm talking with my hands over my ears. I feel like I'm a You guys probably don't know what Snoopy is, but I feel like I'm in a Snoopy cartoon and I'm the operator going wah, 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 wah. Some of your teachers may remember Snoopy. So you're gonna put your hands over your ears and you're gonna take some deep breaths in, and I want you to try it some different ways. Right now, most of you guys have masks on or you're further apart from your friends, so it'll be safe for you to breathe some different ways. So you're gonna breathe in, maybe try breathing in and out through your nose first. So try that. And then we're gonna try breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then we're just gonna try breathing through our mouth. So I want you to notice what you hear, because you're kind of gonna be able to get inside your head a little bit, or inside that process of breathing. It's gonna sound really weird. So let's try it together. So let's take 2 breaths. And you can, like I said, test out your nose, test out your mouth, and do it the way that you want to do it to get the sound that maybe you want to make. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. All right. Raise your hand or give me a thumbs up if you thought that that sounded a little bit like the waves in an ocean, that whoosh, and then the whoosh back as the wave recedes. So the wave comes out and the wave goes back. And it kind of sounds like that. So if it didn't sound like that, I want you to try it again, and I want you to envision those waves. So this breath is called ocean breath because it almost sounds like the waves in an ocean. So let's try 5 breaths together. So hands over your ears, put them on there tight so it sounds funny when you talk, or you could even hum right now. And just notice what it sounds like. And then let's take 5 breaths in. I'm going to count them with you. So we'll take a breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And give me a thumbs up if it sounded a little bit more like a wave that time. We kind of kept going. And then I also want you to notice, like, how do you feel now? After taking those 5 breaths, I feel a little bit energized, but I also feel a little bit calm. So give me a thumbs up if you kind of feel energized, like maybe you got a little bit more energy or there's more oxygen going through your body. So you feel kind of like you have a little more energy. Or give me a thumbs up if you feel like you're really calm right now, like if that was kind of calming. Or give me a thumbs up if you feel the same. You feel the same you did before, and that's okay too. There's no right or wrong answer here. So that's ocean breath, and you can use that anytime. Obviously, if you're in like a situation where there's tons of people around, you might be a little self-conscious. It's okay. If you want to put your hands over your ears, you can. If you don't want to put your hands over your ears, you can just breathe and notice. It may not be as loud, but you know you have that tool with you all the time. So ocean breath. All right. So we're going to put our ocean breath to use with another tool. So ocean breath kind of goes with another tool called stop. Super simple, right? Stop. Have you ever seen a stop sign? There are quite a few in Eagle. So I want you to envision a stop sign as we're talking about stop, because that's really the main point of this tool. All right. So I'm wondering, and you may have to ask your teachers here if they remember this, but there is this old song and it has a dance that goes with it, and it's called YMCA. Do you guys remember YMCA? Anybody ever done YMCA? It's super easy, and if you have done it, I want you to show me right now. See if you can do your YMCA, right? Okay, so your teachers probably remember this if you don't. So teachers, if you can jump in here and help me with the YMCA. Awesome. All right. So everybody's got that. That's the main idea behind this little dance that we're going to do together. And I'm going to stand up so you can see me a little bit better. So we're going to make the letters S-T-O-P with our bodies. This is just a fun way to remember stop. And we all need to move right now, right? As much as we possibly can. So I'm going to show you S. That's our S. So you can turn sideways, or you can do a sideways S with your body and keep your face forward. And then we're going to do T. That's an easy one, right? O, also pretty easy. And then P is kind of silly. You're going to put one arm down and your hand on your head and make a little P. All right. So I'm going to tell you what all of those letters stand for. So let's do them together and we'll talk about what they stand for. So S. S stands for stop. So I want you to freeze in S. S stands for stop. So if you are pausing and you need a good tool to remind you what to do so that you can decide how you want your behavior to look on the other side, we're going to practice stop. So stopping means you need to stop. Stop whatever you're doing. So here we are. We're stopped. We're stuck. Not really. We're going to move in a minute. So let's go to T. So T stands for take a breath, or take 5 breaths, or take 10 breaths. And remember, we just learned a really cool breath. We learned ocean breath. So everybody move from your T to your ocean breath. Take 2 breaths in and out. All right. I feel a little bit better. So then we're going to move to O. And I just gave you a clue. So with O, we're going to observe. Observe is another word, it's a big word, for noticing. So notice how you feel. Notice, look around while you're in your O. And if your teacher says it's okay, maybe you can even spin. But you have to be respectful of everybody else around you, right? And your space. So O is observe. So look around on the outside. And then we're going to observe and notice on the inside. So I want you to take a moment. You can stay in your O if you can balance with your eyes closed or your eyes looking down. So I want you to take a moment and close your eyes or look down and notice how you feel inside. So do you remember your check-in? Are you still the number that you were earlier when we checked in? I'm going to say I was like a 1. I'm feeling pretty good right now. And I'm still a 1, but I'm moving toward a 0. I feel pretty awesome. So I'm just going to observe. All right, what comes after O? Well, that's right, the silly one. So this is P. P stands for proceed, or in other words, decide how you want to move forward now. So this may have to do with behavior. This may be a decision-making process that you need to go through. So decide how you want to proceed. Decide what you want to do next. So let's put this practice into action. So we're going to try this with a scenario I'm going to give you. All right, so let's imagine that you've worked really, really, really hard to build this really cool, it's like this creation. It's like an art project, but it's this massive craft that you built out of all kinds of cool stuff, and you're so excited about it. And raise your hand or give me a thumbs up if you have a little brother or sister. Okay, quite a few of us do, right? I have a little brother, and I have 2 sons, so they are brothers also, and they sometimes experience this. So I'm speaking from something that actually happened in our house. So if you don't have a little brother or a little sister, or an older brother or an older sister, imagine like a dog or a cat if you have a pet, or maybe even like a really good friend who maybe might make a really not good choice here, all right? Sometimes even friends can do things that can make us feel frustrated. So imagine that friend or your brother or your sister or your dog comes in and you have that amazing project sitting on your kitchen table and you're ready to show it off. And that person comes in, or that pet comes in, and they kind of sort of like accidentally just like bump your project, and it falls off the table and it breaks into a million pieces. How do you feel? Show me with your body and your face. How do you feel? How does that make you feel? Right? Like I've seen a lot of you go like this, and there's some like this, and there's some stomping, and let's see what else. Right? Frustrated, sad, angry, really mad. So let's stop. Let's try our stop. All right, everybody ready? So S, stop. Before you react, stop. So what were you about to do? Were you about to get really mad and maybe retaliate or react to what just happened and say something or do something that you might regret later? So stop. What's T? That's right. Hands on your ears, take a breath. And you might need to take more than one breath here. You might need to take like 5 breaths or even more than 5 breaths. And then you move on to O. And remember what O is? O is, right? Look around, observe. Okay, what just happened? On the outside of my body, my project just got ruined. And on the inside of my body, my thoughts are saying, oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I cannot believe that my brother, my sister, or my friend, or my dog just did that. My feelings, my body sensations are like all over the place. Maybe my heart's racing. Maybe my breath is coming fast. So I can notice what's happening with my emotion and my thoughts, and that's fueling what I might do. So I'm observing. That's what's happening on the outside and on the inside. P. Okay, now I have to figure out what I'm going to do next. How do I want to proceed? What do I want to do? Do I want to maybe get really mad and yell at my little brother or my little sister or my friend or my dog? Probably. But I also know that it was probably an accident and they didn't mean to and they feel really bad. So what are my other options? Right now, if I'm still really angry or I'm still really sad, I may want to go back and practice stop again. I may want to stop, take another breath or another 10 breaths. Notice again how I'm feeling. If I feel better, maybe I want to proceed to just say, hey, I'm really sad that that happened, but I understand that it was an accident. And you guys have to practice this because sometimes it's really hard. We all know that when we're really upset, things can be really hard to just forget about or forgive, right? So I want you guys to practice stop. So the next time, or even like go home and show your parents, or maybe you can practice it in the classroom together tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. So you can use it when you really, really need it. So that's stop. That's the end of our lesson for today. And after all of that practice, I want you to do one more thing for me. I want you to just do one more check-in. So do a fist to 5. And again, you don't have to show me if you don't want to. You can just do it in here. You can do it under the table. Notice how you feel again one more time. So I'm here now. I feel really good. I'm really excited that I got to talk to you guys today. I wish I could see you all in person. And I hope that we can get back together in person soon. So from here, have an awesome day. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope I get to see you next week. And if you want to turn off microphones and say hello to anybody, go ahead. Or if you want to, if you've got any comments or anything, you can tell your teachers and they'll send them our way. So if there's anything that you want to do again that you've liked, we'd love to know about it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And I hope I get to see you next week. Bye.